But Rob Ford has said he isn't ready to give up against City Council without a fight. He's been talking court action, and on the phone with me this morning is the lawyer who will lead that legal challenge. That's George Rustay. Good morning, sir. Thank you for being my guest.
Good morning. Good to be here.
Will you be going to court this morning, sir, to seek a legal injunction to try to halt that City Council meeting for today?
Not this morning, no. There's just not the time or the urgency as far as getting a court appointment and trying to draft an order prohibiting the council from considering any matters. It's just not, I don't think, the kind of case in which the court would see that it was, there was any threat to health or safety or irreparable harm at this point.
To get them to move urgently.
It's a very difficult thing to move for an injunction and would require a lot of paperwork and also to get a court appointment. So no, I'm not going this morning for a court injunction.
So what then are the legal options you're considering?
Well, depending on what the council does this afternoon, and depending on fairly extensive investigation that I would have to conduct with the mayor as to the impact of council decision-making on his role, it would be a matter of going to the court, either through an application to quash the city bylaws or a judicial review of council decision.
Or perhaps a stay of their decision as well?
A stay application is possible. Once again, I would have to look at the actual impact on the mayor's statutory duties. You know, the entire municipal area is a statutory context. It depends on provincial legislation. Provincial legislation, the City of Toronto Act, creates the city and establishes certain roles and responsibilities for the mayor as head of council.
Right.
He is the chief executive officer, and he has duties. And if the council purports to take away those powers and duties, then the court might well intervene.
So as the city spokesperson said earlier, defunding Rob Ford could be in contravention of provincial law. And that's exactly what you're saying there. That's what you're going to look at in terms of what they decide on. Has the mayor himself given any instruction as to what he'd like done?
Well, I think the mayor is not prepared to have his job taken away sitting down. He is the mayor. He's unique among members of council. He's elected across the city. He has his statutory responsibilities, and he's ready, willing, and able to fulfill them. So I expect that he will want to challenge any unlawful acts by the city council.
And as you look to build your case, is that what you'll be looking at in terms of the grounds for fighting City Hall? You'll be looking to that provincial law and seeing exactly what its powers are assigned to the mayor?
Yes.
Okay. I'm wondering, have you had any discussions with him late last night or this morning as to what today may bring?
Not directly, but I have been in contact. I met with the mayor on the weekend, and I have been in contact with him and with others working with him.
As I understand that,
I'm going down to council myself, but I prepared written submissions to put before council at the meeting today, which I believe will be distributed and given to council, in which I set out a number of the legal considerations and basically say, look, you know, the mayor has statutory powers here, and you have to respect them, and you can't infringe on them.
I'm wondering, as I understand it, you can correct me if I'm wrong, obviously, but that was your first meeting directly with Mayor Ford over the weekend.
Yes, I was retained last Wednesday evening.
Yes.
And I had not previously met with the mayor, and I have so far only met with him once, but I expect that probably after today's council decision, I will be meeting extensively with him.
Obviously, here's your client, and there might be some protection attached to that. But can you give me, can you characterize your discussions with him at all? How he was in those discussions?
Well, once again, he feels very strongly that he has a job to do, and he wants to do it, and he is doing it, and that the city can't essentially gang up on him and remove the powers which the province has given him. He's I think he feels that that this is an undue encroachment on his power to do his job.
And how do you feel about taking on his case?
Well, I practiced municipal law for 40 years. It's my kind of work, and these are interesting issues. It's virtually unprecedented for a council to basically attempt to remove all of the powers of its chief executive officer. So to me, I mean, it's, you know, I'm certainly prepared to work for the mayor, and it's a large and important municipality, and I like municipal work.
Indeed. There are some people who follow the municipal scene closely in Toronto who think his hiring of you is interesting. We've not met personally, you and I, but your reputation is such a calm, cool, very collected, very, very solid lawyer, rather different in disposition to the mayor. Does that make for an interesting case for you?
But I'd emphasize it's not a matter of personalities. It's a matter of and it's fairly technical sounding, I know, but it's a matter of statutory law and municipal authority. So the issues before the court, as far as I'm concerned, would be not do people like the mayor or feel that he's always done the right thing. The issue is, has the council taken away his statutory duties and responsibilities? He was elected across the board, and he's serving now in his third year of a 4-year term. The people put him in office. He was put in office when there was a regime in which he could function as a chief executive officer, and now he feels that he may not be able to. Bear in mind, this is the third in a 3-part series of decisions by the council. They made 2 last Friday.
Yes.
And they've got another today. And I think if he challenges today's decision, in effect, we'll lump all 3 together and basically attack whatever bylaws the city passes.
Mr. Rustay, I thank you very much for the time this morning. It's going to be another interesting day in council, as you suggest, unprecedented times, and we'll be following closely. Thank you, sir.
You're very welcome. Thank you.